last 3 weeks of the show. Siyempre, kasabay ng announcement namin ng finale, we've also been reaching our highest ratings and highest concurrent views. So, we're gearing now to shoot the finale in Japan. So, just me and Richard.
After Italy, ha?
I know, na-pressure sila. Sabi na, we already showed Italy, so we have to do a better finale.
May mga Yakuza ba to?
It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, I'll tell you that this is gonna be the biggest fight that we're gonna shoot so far. So, this is gonna be...
Fight.
I mean, if we can, siyempre we aspire to do the best that we can. Kumbaga, diba, like, the last press con we had, we're very proud of the show kasi talagang it's all hard work. It was built talaga with hard work, sacrifice. There were certainly days na injured kami. You go to the set bleeding, but kasi you love it. Diba? Kasi mahal mo yung ginagawa mo. And like I said, parang there's certain projects that will really require you to man up and really work. Maybe you're not at your best, maybe you're not 100%, but you have to do it. Parang ganun yung Ironheart. But yeah, with that sad news na finale na kami ng Ironheart, extended naman ng Jack and Jill. So yeah, that's the good news naman when they announced na magti-finale kami ng Ironheart. Pagdating namin ni Sue sa set naman ng Jack and Jill, nag-announce si Direct Mike ng extension. So we're like, wow.
Ayun lang daw ang binigyan ng TV5.
Oo nga daw. So we're so thankful kasi sabi ni Direct Mike parang they don't really extend though the show unless patapos na. Pero parang kami, kakastart pa lang ng second season, they told us already na we have another one.
Oh my gosh! Pero ang ganda rin ng camaraderie nila.
I love her. Like, to be honest, actually, to be honest, sabi ko, itong set ng projects na ginawa ko, with Katleya Killer, Ironheart, and Jack and Jill, I really was lucky kasi I worked with people that I truly love. Arjo, Ria, Richard, Sue, and Sophia. Sabi ko, parang actually, to be honest, sa Ironheart, sepangs na kami lahat. Kasi we're really a family.
So kayo ba yung
naiyak na ako minsan pag iniisip ko eh. That's why, parang, syempre, the show is so special kasi it felt like we've been through so many things. Kasi we went to Cebu, Italy, na Japan.
Lahat hindi na nag-lock in, pero kayo parang locked in na rin yung type ng bonding nyo. No?
When are you leaving for Japan?
The day after the ball. So we do the Star Magic Ball. We do the Star Magic Ball on the 30th, and then the flight the next day at night.
Wait lang, baka mamaya naka-action mode ka sa
I'm already rehearsing our fights. Like sabi ko, I've already been rehearsing our fights for a week now. So the moment I get back from, siyempre, the thing is parang we really love the show, diba? So I mean, you can see naman na. So parang there's this tendency na patapos na eh. So you kind of want to take your foot off the gas. Pero parang kami ni Richard, sabi namin, no way. We're gonna slam dunk this home. This has got to be the best thing we're ever gonna make. So gano'n kami ni Richard ngayon. We're like, hyping each other up, motivating each other, inspiring each other to really come up with an ending that people are not gonna forget.
What's the action scenes that we'll be expecting? Is it in Tokyo?
It's gonna showcase Tokyo, like what we did with the Rome and we did with Tivoli, diba? So we're gonna showcase it. But syempre, Japan comes with its own challenges. Because in Japan we can't use guns. So without guns, we have to really be technical with the fight. So it's really mano-mano / if you see my posts na I'm practicing with a sword, a katana sword. So nandun kami ngayon. So we're really trying, we want to show something for the first time in Philippine television, right? So
Tsaka Japan, hindi pa nag-action scene sa Japan.
I know, that's why like very lucky na.
And actually, mahirap kumuha ng permits to shoot dun, di ba? Bawal yung shoot.
Madami silang restrictions. But sabi naman namin, di ba parang it wouldn't be Ironheart without challenges. It wouldn't be Ironheart if it was too easy.
Pang Ironheart talaga yung Ironheart.
Yeah,
Because
like,
even when you guys started, di ba? It was like, talagang nag-peak kayo nung nung mga parang the months after na people took notice because of the hard work that you put in.
I said, me and Richard talk about it a lot. Like, we're particularly very proud of this project. It was something rushed. We didn't have a promo plan. We didn't have like a lot of things in place. But certainly we had a slot. So either we take it now or we wait 5 years before they give the slot to us.
You started January, right?
Yeah.
So to 10
Ah.
months.
No, before January pa.
Before.
Yeah, so
Later,
yeah,
parang
we
second.
parang no, I think by the time we finish this, we've gone over
A
a year.
year.
Yeah.
Over a
So
year.
more than siguro a year and 2 months. Parang
Oh, alright.
yeah, a year and 2 months.
Haba rin ang samahan mo.
Yeah, haba din.
For
Kaya ano
the-
sa pangs ko
Oo,
na.
tsaka parang twice na kayo in-extend.
Yeah.
Twice o thrice, tama ba?
Thrice, yeah,
Ibang
thrice.
klase. And it's a big deal for of course, Kapamilya Project.
Yeah.
Diba?
Well,
Na-
actually, to be honest, yung show, you know, a lot of people wanted to extend it pa. It's
That's
just,
true.
the thing is kasi for everyone, it really is, diba, I stressed about this the last press conference na the show comes with challenges eh. Kasi, you know, you try to make a big action project, but then the budget is not.
Hindi
Yeah,
po
it's not. So what do you do? Diba? Parang, so, you know, me, Richard, and our directors, we came to an agreement. Is budget gonna get in our way? Like we're gonna not shoot this kasi wala tayong budget? What
So-
the
so,
hell?
ano
No way!
ginawa?
Magpuyat na tayo hanggang 7 tomorrow. Basta i-shoot natin to. Ha?
Has it been announced?
I think they announced it this morning. We were supposed to have a motorcade tomorrow, but the weather, yeah, the weather.
Hindi matutuloy yung Antipolo tomorrow.
Parang they posted na today na hindi tuloy because of the weather. But I think they're gonna just make it a grand press con. Hindi parang ganyan. Yeah.
Gusto ko na kami
Una ka.
Oo. But besides this, you also have a play.
Well, I am gonna do, siguro, when it comes to theater,
Not TikTok too.
there is. Yeah, there is. But, kasi nga, because of the schedule, so we're talking about next year na, for TikTok.
next year.
Yeah, for TikTok. But certainly, like, I mean, the year is not over yet, so parang for me, when it comes to theater naman,
Pwede pa.
yeah, like I want to finish the year with a play. Like that for me, rather have a birthday party or like celebrate. I want to perform in my birthday. So
Wow.
my plan is
Ano to
to.
original din or adaptation?
Well,
Broadway?
depends. It's gonna depend. It's gonna depend on the time, diba? If people have time to rehearse for this thing. But if we don't have time to rehearse, my wish list, you know, for my birthday is we just do that play we did again in Hilaire with Dolly and Jenny Gamora, Dolly De Leon, and then Brian. If we can just do something that simple and intimate for my birthday, just for like 60 people, I'm so happy now. Like for me, just to be able to perform that work of Gilan Warka with Dolly De Leon and then Jenny Amora and then Brian C. and George, man, that would be such a beautiful birthday for me. Yeah.
But J-Pan never ka inalad sa projects, no? Laging sunod-sunod. Would you
Uh,
say that,
well,
do you feel that way?
Of course, that's parang, ano, it feels like that kasi yun yung nakikita ng tao ngayon eh. But before all of these projects was a lot of struggling, you know, a lot of, like the pandemic was the biggest teacher of them all for me. Kasi it taught me things about myself, you know, parang, it taught me a lot, it taught me how much I really do love acting. Kasi, you know, once the audiences are gone, the money's gone, the fame's gone, they still love it. I certainly know I do. Diba? I certainly know that. Just give me a Zoom call and a few actors and that's my audience. That's like ganun ako with ganun ako when it comes to like acting, with theater also. Like, kasi for me, diba, like that small play, like let's say that I'm trying to stage in my birthday, diba, you stage it in an area for 30 to 60 people. That's just 30 to 60 people. Diba? If you think about it, that's not a lot of people. But then when you post it, diba? But then when you post it online and then you share it online, it becomes bigger than what it is. So for me, parang that's the thing that I kind of learned in the pandemic. Na parang, diba? There's no such thing as a small project. Diba? Parang sabi ko, I did so many big projects. Diba? Katlea Killer, Ironheart, and then Jack and Jill. But the thing that really resonated to me the most, the thing that really mattered to me the most, and the thing that I want to perform on my birthday was that simple play. Diba? So parang, I know, like I said, like the pandemic really it taught me a lot of things.
Like,
That's
that's nice. So let's go back to the ABS-CBN poll. Date mo ba si Chie? So magde-date na kayo.
Tumawa lang.
I'm excited for it, that's for
Wow.
sure.
Yeah,
The date or the
I'm
ball?
certainly
The
cer-
date daw
Or
And
the
I'm
ball?
only going for one person, really.
Ah,
I'm
okay.
only attending this thing for one person.
Wow!
Yeah, if not for that person, I don't think I'd even go.
Talaga? Lagi siya pasabog, so dapat pasabog ka rin.
Well, I think we can do it. I think we can come up with something.
Did you collab on what looks you guys are gonna go?
A little bit, but we kind of want to make it a surprise. This is the first time to go together as well. So parang for me, it's like
Wow,
it feels like
yes.
it kind of feels like a prom. Or it kind of feels like
Yeah!
a date.
Yun ulit. Oo, yun ulit yung feeling. Bumalik
Yeah.
sa youth.
Yeah. Oh, like for me, that's. I mean, of course, I'm happy for ABS. We have that ball again, and I'm happy that
Yeah,
everyone's
after
gonna
3 years.
see each other. Everyone's gonna get to socialize. But for me, yeah, I only have really one reason to go there.
Wow!
Yeah.
Have you seen her interview? Where it was very vocal about
Yeah, I
you?
did. I
Ikaw
did,
naman,
I saw
what do you
it.
appreciate about her?
But I do appreciate a lot of things about her. For me, well, I think I said it na rin in an interview na, like, for me, what I really find beautiful about her is her journey. Kasi,
journey.
for me, I've been in the industry for 22 years. I know how difficult it is.
Already? Grabe.
Yeah, and I know how difficult it is. Like, I know how discouraging or like, di ba, parang if, I know how discouraging the industry can be, so you have to have like unwavering self-belief in yourself. She has that. So for me to be on, to see her get what she's getting now, achieve what she's achieving, parang it makes me so proud kasi I met her when she was just starting. Tapos nakita ko na I saw how patient she was. And that's not common. Hindi common yun sa industry. A lot of people quit. Like, a lot of people quit. A little bit of soft-heartedness, a little bit of heartbreak, and then they quit. She stayed. Kaya parang for me, as small of a woman she is, she's really larger than life. To be honest, like, it's just her personality is really something else, and I can't wait for people to see that.
Wala ba project pa?
Ah.
Oo, di ba?
Well,
She's also a good actress.
well, for me naman kasi, like, well, ano kasi ako with work, like, I'm working with her even when we're not on screen. So like, for me, parang, we've seen this before, we've seen couples on screen, di ba, ganyan. But for me, parang, I think what's more meaningful, or like what's more meaningful or what's more parang sincere when it comes to me and her is maybe the things I do behind the scenes. It's maybe when I help her with her lines, or like when I help her read her script, or like when I have to read the other guy's lines for her.
Wow.
So it's harder, right? Like,
But
because she's so willing to learn, and because she's so eager and optimistic to learn, parang I don't mind sharing. I don't mind like, sharing her like
Wow.
my knowledge or the things that I know.
But everything comes so unexpected, no? Because I remember nung sa Ironheart one interview mo dun, you were saying you didn't expect to have a special someone, or di ba, or not looking at the moment.
Well, I wasn't looking.
Oo,
The truth, I really wasn't looking.
Oo.
I wasn't looking for
It just
anything.
happened.
No, it wasn't. In so many ways, kasi parang she's kind of like, in so many ways, she's kind of like the one that got away from me. Kasi we dated na before eh. So, yeah,
How long ago was that?
a long time. Parang,
Teens?
hindi naman. Like, hindi naman. But she was
Tot ka
certainly,
pala.
she was in Showtime na, diba? She was in
Oh,
Showtime
yeah.
already. She was already dancing in Showtime. But then parang, yeah, parang nahintulot the first time eh. So parang, for me, given, the second time around, parang I don't want to do that 2 times. I don't want to let her go 2
How
times.
did you
Yeah, how did you
How did you reconnect?
I went up to her. I went up to her, naglakas-limbo ko. And then,
During an event?
it was the Christmas ball. Yeah, it was the Christmas
Last
ball of Star
December.
Magic. Yeah.
Was that always the plan?
No, that was not the plan. Like, it was biglaan niya talaga. Like, it felt like something from a movie. Kasi, I had so many things to do that day. Like, I went to the Eddies with Mom Charo. Ang dami kong ginawa. And then, again, I was just gonna go to the ball just to give my respect to Direk Lauren, say hi to the bosses and get out of there. That's my thing naman. But I saw her. So I stayed, yeah.
Napatagal!
And it felt
So I
right.
stayed.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, so I stayed.
Grabe. That's talagang mysteriously, no? Yung mga ganong klaseng eksena.
Yeah, it felt like something from me.
Yun nga.
With your busy schedule, how do you make it work now?
The thing is, we're both workaholics. We're both really ambitious. And for me, rather than, of course, like for me, like, everything's not like, parang, but for me, kasi like with her, kasi I know what she's been through, or like I know her journey. So it's just important for me, to help her make her dreams come true. Or parang, yes, I have strong feelings for her. I'm very attracted to her. Pero parang I really want to see her make her dreams come true. Yeah, because she worked so hard already. Diba? She really put in the work. So parang now it's time for her to reap. Yeah.
Your photo together, that often comes out. Saan?
Yung photo namin.
Yeah, often comes out.
Which yung
Not
naka...
standing up and yan.
That was for parang Metro Body ata yun. Yeah, and that was for
Got
Metro
it.
Body.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they Star Magic.
Balik yun naman. Puro na lang yun ang lumalabas pa dito.
That's the only photo we have.
Yeah.
So, we haven't really posted.
Hindi,
Sa ball.
Sa ball nga, ma-update
Well,
na.
yeah, and the ball will be updated.
The nicer one.
Yeah.
Nagli-label pa kayo
Nice
ngayon.
enough, yeah.
Jake,
Yeah.
nagli-label pa kayo ni Chie ngayon, hindi na. Tayo na, o hindi.
Maybe, I'm taking my time with it. Kasi nga, like I said, like what you said earlier, I've been so busy.
Oo.
Like, I've been so busy. Like, this past 2 years, parang, if you saw my schedule,
Oo nga.
Obvious naman.
Actually, oo.
Obvious
Nagulat nga
naman.
kami, nagpa-presscon ka pa eh.
oh my God.
Diba? Parang wow,
If you saw my
Oo.
schedule. Pero kasi parang like I said, parang coming out of the pandemic, parang I feel so reinvigorated. Diba? Parang even in my spare time, I want to stay at it. Like I want a continuation to things. Parang ganon. So, I've also come to a point in my life and in my career where I know my talent a lot better now. So parang I can spread it around in a way. Parang I can do Ironheart and create Eros, but I can also be Jack and Jill and be a
Galing nga
comedian.
eh.
But then I can also be a theater actor over here. But then I can be a singer in ASAP and then do a mall show. Kaya parang sabi ko parang I've come to embrace this industry, all the multifaceted things that come along with it. And for me parang that busy schedule that I went through. So I had a conversation with my manager. So syempre my manager was like, oh, you're gonna finish the schedule na, diba? Parang ganun, matatapos mo na. You're gonna finally go on vacation. And I'm like, you go on vacation. I'm not tired. Like, I have to be very honest with myself.
Gusto
To be
mo
very
ba?
honest with myself, I'm not tired. I don't want to go on vacation. In fact, that was a 3-year vacation in the pandemic. So I want to continue on.
So hindi ka magbabakasyon ngayong holidays?
No.
Wala pa na.
I will go on vacation. I just want to take my mom to Taiwan because she really wants to go. She wants to see Taiwan. So I'm taking my whole family to Taiwan after Christmas and my birthday. Yeah. And that's it. That's my vacation for the year. Just 4 days. Yeah.
Pero Jake,
Spend the New Year there?
Yeah, this is my birthday.
That's nice.
Yes.
Jake, if I'm the girlfriend, I'd ask, where do I come in? Ang busy-busy mo.
Huh? I'll make time for you.
You do.
Oh,
Talaga.
wow. I love that.
Pag gusto madaming paraan.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
You're a multi-hyphenate person now. Not just an actor. You do so many things.
The funny thing is, it's just like all these other things have come. No, the funny thing is, I've just really come to embrace being an actor more than anything else. Like I've come to embrace, like kaya parang, it's amazing, life or like this career. Kasi, like diba, success or like success is not linear here. Sometimes you'll find yourself down on the ground. Sometimes you're on top of a
Up
mountain.
there.
You know, but like in the pandemic, I certainly was down on the ground there, and then. But I just believed in myself. I knew things were gonna change. About once things normalize, and then I find myself back here again, in a good
Yeah,
position,
since last year.
in a very good position. But parang getting ng life because I'm humbler now. Parang
Pero
I'm
grabe yung
just more in love. I'm just more in love with the process. Parang,
Sobrang intense mo nga sa craft mo ngayon. Ay, parang, oh dude, ayaw mo bakasyon.
I don't. I really don't. Parang I felt
Except
like.
after Christmas.
Yeah,
Oo.
I don't. I have to be honest with myself. Because sometimes, parang, di ba, you finish a project, the normal thing to do is go on a vacation. Di ba, parang ganun. But I'm not tired. Not tired. Tsaka, I don't want to see different things. I want to see a set. I want to be in a set. When I was going through my
Kahit yung
thing,
antayan ni
May rest
Paul.
day.
But you
Me?
don't get burned out that way. You don't
Ah,
get burned out. You don't take a break.
I feel like the 3 years was enough of a breaking.
So,
That was enough of watching things, enough of resting, enough of letting people go ahead. Yeah,
No more hiatus.
no more. At saka parang sabi ko, parang I also tell
people
other
go
actors
ahead.
who are afraid to go out there and like show it. So I go, this moment will never happen again. I will never be this young again. I will never look like this again. So, diba, parang for me, I'll be acting till the day I die, but the attention will not always be there. People will not always have that attention on you, and you will not always be young. You will not always be full of life, diba? So for me, I realize parang I should not feel burnt out now, kasi this is the best moment for me to show everything, Like, diba, sa akin, parang for me, it's not enough to just show them. It's not enough to just show them what they see in TV and movies. I want to show them that I can do it live. That I can do a live movie. Like that's how I do my thing. Parang it's not enough for me na parang it just appears good for them. For me, parang I really want to show it, and I want to show people na I can do this anywhere. Anywhere I go, I take it with me. Yeah. Parang yun nga, parang sabi ko in the pandemic, parang I had a lot of time to think and process a lot of different things. Sabi ko, certainly one thing I went back to my heroes, people that I really look up to and really enjoyed working with, really touched my career and my life.
Who are they?
So that's Tito Eddie Garcia. That's Tito Eddie. That's Kuya Albert. Yeah, here like Kuya Albert and I have just always been talking like daily. Kasi si Kuya Albert is talaga idol ko siya talaga. So like, when he gives me advice, I really follow it. And then I was lucky enough to work with Tito Boy at Katlaya Killer, so we bonded as well. So one common denominator that these three great actors have is that one,
Wala lang, kasi
yeah,
wala na sila.
ang ate Eddie, rest in peace, rest in peace. But one common denominator that these thespians have is that they all really enjoyed being in the set. They all had nowhere else to go. They had no better place to be than the set. And then certainly they were never minding the clock. They were never like waiting for things to finish, and they really enjoyed themselves doing it. So that's something that that's something that I really instilled in myself. It's something that I always loved. I've always loved acting and in the industry. I've always been passionate as an actor. Pero, when you're younger, you're distracted too, You finish taping, you got something else to do, or like, you have other things on your plate. But now, at 35, for me, this is the biggest thing on my plate. This is the most fun that I can ever have. It's like a basketball player playing basketball. He's free when he's in the court. Ako, I'm free when I'm in the set. Yeah, that's the thing that I really like. Stretched my mind thinking of Tito Eddie and all the times I worked with him and all the things that I learned from him. And then I stretched myself working with Kuya, diba? All the advice that I got from Kuya Albert and Tito Boy. And that's the one thing I really realized with them.
I hearing you, I remember para kung yung pare sa church, ikaw sa showbiz, di ba? Sa craft mo, whoa, dude, hold
Acting's my
on.
religion.
Yeah,
It is
I
like,
think.
diba, in the realm of acting, it's so beautiful kasi in the realm of acting, you can do anything. Parang sabi ko, geez, like just a year ago, I was a mayor. Diba? I was a
Yeah, yeah,
60-year-old mayor with 2 daughters diba, who were about the same age as my last girlfriend. Diba? Parang ganyan. But then, diba, then you do that show and then diba, parang sabi ko, it's amazing kasi 6 months of your life you're studying politics. 6 months of my life I'm studying these presidential balls that I don't, diba? American presidential balls, Filipino presidential balls. Then only to realize na politics isn't for me, for sure. I'd rather just act it out. But then shortly after that, then it became this character. Diba? In Iron Heart. It's exciting. Kaya sabi ko, I tell all the actors now, all the current actors and aspiring actors, don't quit now. Don't stop. Kasi honestly, people in the industry, like I have conversations with other actors, and like you come to an agreement that not a lot of people get fired in the industry. You realize that
They quit.
you have to endure so much. You have to you have to have really thick skin and incredible self-belief in yourself. Kasi a lot of people quit kasi hindi nila kaya. Diba? Like they can't be able to do it. Then parang I tell these actors who are in the verge of quitting or who can't take it anymore. I say, don't quit, don't do it. It's like, this is the best time for Philippine industry right now.
Wow.
Maybe not the movies, for now, but for TV, for series, for everything. This is the best content we've ever come up with. Like at least for me, I can say just for me, Katleya Killer and Iron Heart's the best things I've ever done. Like in terms of coverage, in terms of how rich the material is, and we're there now. Alam mo, nandun na tayo. We don't have to joke about things being Hollywood. You know what I mean?
Right,
We're there.
right,
Catherine and Dolly's movies in Hollywood right now. So it's not a joke. It's for real. We're living in that time.
Have you met, like, could you name yung mga kasing equally passionate mo na stars right now?
Everyone in theater. Everyone in theater is just this passionate. I think, kasi ako parang I realized also in the pandemic, like, I realized that I'm not really a fan of like the most famous people in the world. But what I'm really a fan of are people that are good at what they do. Diba? So like for me, the 3 actors that I mentioned, undoubtedly those are the 3 greatest actors we have. Diba? So like I'm the biggest fan of theirs. So parang for me now, parang with people in theater, what I do, it's just a normal thing. It's just a normal Monday in a table read in theater. That's why I love going back there because parang I sit down there, it's all like-minded people. We're all like obsessing about a script or obsessing about acting. Yeah.
It's nice that you find.
Jake, sa 22 years, ano yung pinaka-best decision na ginawa mo sa career?
For my career and life.
Both.
Kasi both. For my career, maybe the best decision. Actually, that's 2 things. Parang maybe the best decision, the best advice I got was from Miss Cherie when she told me to go to school. Then I followed it. I followed that advice. I went to Lee Strasberg. I went to drama school. And honestly, that was one of the best decisions of my life. Kasi all of a sudden, all my insecurities got melted away. So now I can do something about my situation. Now I get a small role, 2 pages long. Oh, I can do something with this. Yung ganun na, yung nagbago yung diskarte ko sa pag-arte ko sa school. Diba? But in my career, siguro the best thing I ever did was to march in the beat of my own drum. Kasi a lot of times, diba, parang, which is nothing wrong with that, na parang they try to brand you or they try to mold you into a leading man or an action star or this. But then I told them when they were trying to do that to me, I told them like, I can do all those things. I can do all of those things. Comedy, action, drama, all of it I can do it. So why do I have to choose one? Why can't I do all of it? Ganun ko lang siya tinitingnan. Diba? And for me as an actor, I think it's more fun when you can do all of it, right? Like parang, I realized na parang, like with Jack and Jill, it's so different. Like if you ask Sue, kung paano ako sa Iron Heart and then I step into Jack and Jill, it's 2 different people. Talaga. Kasi here, I have all the confidence in the world. Kasi I know action and I know drama and I know all these things, diba? When I go to Jack and Jill, I'm so vulnerable there.
Yeah.
Kasi this is not exactly my forte, but then this is so much fun.
Naka-adjust ka na. Naka-adjust ka na.
Yeah, no, I love them. At ano naman ako, dun naman talaga, like, what I look forward to, aside from, of course, the output of the show, it's always so fun to take there. Nakakapagod siya, don't get me wrong. But, ano siya like, with Direct Sweet, so, we're already so bonded there. Like, ano na kami, parang comfort zone na siya.
Pero you becoming a comedian, yung comedic side mo, yung switch, ano, masasabi mo ba gamay na gamay mo na? Magpatawa?
Hindi pa. Kasi I wouldn't say, I mean, I can do it. You know, I can do it. Because in theater, you have to know how to do it. Diba? You have to know how to do comedy. Pero kasi parang, before I start really taking that aspect of my career very seriously, there's certain things that I want to do. Parang, like, it's a dream project of mine to make like a Herman Moreno life story. Like, I wanna portray that life. Like, I wanna show that dance entertainment, 70s in the Philippines, mga ganyan, di ba? So, parang for me, I don't wanna pull the trigger in being a comedian right away kasi like, I want them to take that role seriously. You know what I mean? One day when I do that, kasi sa akin naman, like, it might not be an offer, but I can produce it one day.
Oo.
You know, I can certainly use my own money and produce a movie. Like, we're living in a time now na ganun. Like, I mean, we're living in a time where me and Baron are producing a movie right now. Diba? And me and Kuya Albert are trying to talk, we're talking about doing something together as well. So, kaya sabi ko parang, before I really give focus on being a comedian or a host, there's still certain roles na I want to do and I want people to take seriously first before I go there. Or maybe I don't even go there. You know, I don't know. But for now, like Jack and Jill, like working with APT, man, I love working with them. Talaga. Anytime they call me, I'm there. Talaga, very.
It looks full at the moment, but are you still doing other projects?
I'm actually attending.
Sorry.
I'm actually attending a media announcement on Monday for a new
Project
for a
na
new
naman.
Oh,
Oh my God.
But I'm still,
Hindi ko pwede sabihin.
I'm still a little bit deciding, like, to be quite honest.
Pwede ka pa mag-back out bukas?
So, hindi mo na. Let's not announce that yet. Because I'm still.
What's holding you back?
I won't ano na lang muna. I won't say na lang what it is. Kasi para lang.
Pwede mabigay na lang ng clue.
What's holding you back from making up your mind about
What's holding me back from doing the show?
So TV.
Maybe, siguro kasi parang, I think it's just, like, I haven't had time to really appreciate Ironheart yet. Parang I haven't had time to sit down and watch it, enjoy it, and feel the recall of it. But certainly I feel it. Like, I feel it when I go out there, I feel it in my social media. But I haven't had time to really enjoy it. Diba? But then again, I tell myself, I contradicted myself. Kasi parang sabi ko, maybe don't sit down, don't look back, just move forward and just do what you want. Pero that show kasi has so much sentimental value. Like, gano'n yung parang, maybe it's just hard for me to close the book and then ito na yung bago. Yung hirap lang ganunin right away.
Are you doing something
Pinatitay na
for
natin ang match.
Well, Katlea Killer, the one we were supposed to be, but for now, well, we did a movie called The Visitor, so they're still trying to look for the perfect festival to it's an American production, so it's a production from the States, but they hired Filipino actors. Then we shot it early last year. So we had a special screening in Rockwell for a few people. So a few people seen the movie. It's a nice movie, but they're still choosing the perfect festival to put it in. Kasi the director of the movie, he also produced it, wrote it, he did everything for it. So it just made
The director is American,
yeah, American director.
but you shot it here.
It was a mix of like some American actors and some Filipino actors. We shot it all in Pampanga. Yeah, we shot it in Clark.
And yun ba yung project nyo ni Byron?
No, iba pa yun.
Wow! Ano pa yun?
dami.
Kaya nga, wait lang, ano pa yun?
What's your local for Pampanga?
Our local?
Local. Your location.
Our location. We, they did an amazing job with the location because the haunted hospital there, that famous haunted hospital, man, they turned that thing into Marawi. At mukha talaga siyang Marawi. Yeah. They turned that thing.
Who did it? Who did the set design?
I think Raymond Red did it. And
Kapatid
uncle
ni-
of Nick. Yeah, no, they hired all the right people. So like, we got there, ang ganda nung ginawa. They really turned it into like a war zone.
Wow.
It's Pampang.
Yeah, and Clark. Yeah, and Clark.
So what's the project with Baron?
With Baron, okay, the project with Baron is it's a movie, and our director, si Don Frasco, used to be the, if not one of the owners or board of directors of Bigfoot in Cebu. So he wants to direct a movie. So he sent us a script, sent me and Baron a script. We met with him, because I know him, we met with him in a cafe. Then me and Baron read the script together, fell in love with the script, and we're like, we're doing this movie. Yeah, sigurado we're gonna do this movie.
Yung sa Monday,
Kaya we were
parang
supposed to do it in November this year, but Baron went on and he's doing
Senior
senior
high.
high, right? So we're trying to find a window of 10 days to finish this movie.
Grabe.
Pero sabi ko naman sa kanya, focus on that first, do that, finish that. And then if ever I do proceed to the next project, let's just have a meeting and like just block off a few days. Like really block off days for baka next year.
the new project is a different hat again.
This one,
Oo.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Frasco is the...
Ano, lover boy, ano
Yeah,
ba?
Don Frasco. Do you know it? Don Frasco. You don't know him? They were all part of Bigfoot, the university in Cebu, the director. Yeah, filmmaking university. So, yeah.
What can you share na lang about the project on Monday? Generic, something generic
I
about
can't, because I don't want people connect the dots to me. Di ba?
International din.
Ish. Yeah, ish. But we'll see. Kasi like ako naman parang, like I said, I'm still in this situation right now where I'm like, should I proceed? Should I just do this? Diba? Parang, or should I sit down and rest? A little bit.
Alam na no.
Diba? So, ha?
Off the record
Do
lang.
you think you know?
Napulong ko kanina.
Nabalong mo na ba?
Oo, akin lang naman.
Sa'yo lang?
Ako
Okay.
lang.
Jake, may mga career mistake ka ba na pwede mong i-share na talagang natuto ka ng lesson?
Certainly.
Like what? Personal and professional.
Personal, sure, yeah.
Yeah, the show.
Thank you. Mistakes. Certainly, like, I've made a lot of mistakes, honestly, like, this career kasi, or being an actor, here, you stumble through things. You really just stumble through it, and then all of a sudden you get enough experience and you're better at it. But kasi, like, in the Philippines, we don't have like drama school. So we don't have like a proper drama school. Unless you go to UP, you have theater, diba? Blue Rep and Ateneos. But usually it's all mostly theater things, diba? So as an actor, there's no actor who's good right away. Yung magaling ka na agad. Kasi even if you have a natural sense for acting, it's still, acting is different in front of the camera. Iba din yun, diba? So you're really gonna make mistakes no matter what. Like you really have to like, you can't be so the most important thing is to just be willing to do it. Like hindi ka takot to look stupid. You don't have any reluctancy. And like, diba, like for me, I work with some directors who are very collaborative, diba? They want to collaborate with the actor. Some directors aren't, and actually I like that. Like gusto ko yung direct, here's the PlayStation controller, you control me, diba? And I'm just gonna do what you say. And sometimes it's good that way. Yung to have that much trust in a director. Kasi sometimes it's that same trust or it's that director who's really gonna transform you into something they've never seen before, diba? But sometimes kasi you wanna insist like you have a safety net of a skill set, diba? Na parang you know what you're good at, you know your strengths and weaknesses, right? So sometimes parang if you're reluctant to do something, you just tend to lean towards your strengths. So parang hence we see like rinse and repeat performances, diba? Parang ganyan. So for me, like, I mean, I'm just lucky na I was able to make the mistakes that I made, but my directors or like at least my mentors were very encouraging. Alam mo, and it really was never like, if I made a mistake in a scene, siya nagalit sa akin, you know what I mean? But yeah, parang, I can't really say like one particular regret, but certainly I do remember making a lot of mistakes, and diba, parang it's those same mistakes, those were all lessons, and then this is the product.
Were you ever unprofessional?
No, because I really do pride myself in professionalism, and I think if you ask any set I go to,
The production take pride.
I'm the first person who's awake. Like, I mean, you can ask production. I'm the first person who's awake.
They say naman. They say.
I'm there at 5 in the morning reading my script. No one's awake yet.
Kung may project ka na tinanggap kahit hindi mo gusto.
There are a lot of those. So this is how I frame this now. Sometimes, diba, you're gonna do things that you don't want to do, and it's gonna feel like school. Diba? It's gonna feel like, oh my God, I have to do this. It's painful. But
Painful.
I just remind myself that you love what you're doing, right? You love acting. Don't you love the industry? Then sometimes you're gonna have to swallow certain things. Sometimes you have to do certain things you don't want to do. Mahal mo naman, diba? So that's how I'd say it to myself. Like, because not every project is gonna be Iron Heart, or not every project is gonna be Katlea Killer. Diba? There's certain projects that it's not exactly my genre, but I'm willing because it's all in the world of acting. It's all in the realm of acting. So for me, if I'm an actor, if I consider myself as a bona fide actor, then I should be able to do everything. I should be able to be professional enough to do something I don't want to do and still be good at it. Because for me, what's more underlining for me is, sige na, we'll do something we don't want to do. Pero what's more underlining for me is I still have to be good in that. You know what I mean? Like I can't lose inspiration or motivation because it's still gonna be me in front of the camera. And then if I don't do my best, they're gonna say I'm bad at it. Diba? They're just gonna say I'm not good at it anymore.
How about personal life?
My personal life?
Mistakes.
I don't really consider them mistakes, to be honest. I think all those relationships really led up to this. Parang led me to this point, this level of maturity. It's led me to a point where I'm more realistic about it. Parang I know what I want more. Parang in terms of like, diba, if it's just a romantic outing, who doesn't want that? You know, to have a romantic outing. Pero kasi for me, like now when I look at my partner, or if I'm, you know, considering someone to be my girlfriend, parang I also have to consider na parang is this a person that I don't mind spending my whole life with? Is this a person I don't mind talking to for the rest of my life? Diba? Kasi parang like certainly all those lessons from the past, it taught me that I already learned all my lessons from there. So I ain't gonna make those same mistakes. And another thing for me is that parang coming out of the pandemic, parang I'm not going back to the way things were. Parang we've evolved from that already. So parang for me, like, that's why like when I went through my breakup, like it wasn't an instinct anymore for me to party or to go out, to distract myself, stimulate myself, and forget about it that way. For me, parang the artist woke up, and then all of a sudden the artist in me told me to lean into the pain. It told me to get acquainted with that pain because you're going to be using that for the next 10 years to come, for the next projects we're going to do. So I stayed. So what I did was I stayed in solitude. I only had my mother to talk to, and then a magical phone call came from Don De Leon. Ginanuar ka. So hey, do you want to read the script with us in here? I said, God, this is exactly what I need. So I go there, run to do it, and then I find myself doing a play for a very small scale play with, you know, big hitters. But we're all, you know, with heavy hitters. But we're all, you know, just doing this for the love of, you know, acting, for art. Oh, we're done. We did it already. I can show you.
What's the title?
Actually, it was an unlicensed showing of a play. I can tell you guys the play if it's off the record, but I can't tell you if it's on the record.
Nakikita lang din ako sa kanya.
Yeah, just don't mention that in the title of the play. But what we did was Sigilan Warpa. What he did was we got the script of Angels in America and translated it to Tagalog. So for me at that point, I was more like, I only really like to do theater if I'm speaking English, but it's Gilan, it's Dolly, it's an opportunity to work with really great actors and great directors. With big did you enjoy it? You enjoyed it?
Yes. We have a picture.
Yeah. I'll invite you to my birthday, that play. Well, you enjoyed that play. You enjoyed the one on my birthday. December 3rd. Somewhere in that week.
Taiwan.
No, maybe I do it before Christmas, right? Maybe I do it before Christmas. But yeah, again, going back to that, parang I find myself, then I was in the middle of this table read, diba? Then naghiwalay na kami, Dolly's doing her thing there, Jenny, Georgette. I'm writing down, and then I realized while I was like reading the script and I was like working on it, I realized that parang, I posted it also that time. The parang sabi ko, rather parang the normal thing for a Jake Cuenca to do when I'm going through a depression like this is to self-destruct. But we've seen this, we've seen this in youth. We've seen this from me in the past. But parang in that moment, in that table we've been in air for a few moments, I realized parang I'd rather lean into the pain this time around rather than self-destruct with it. And then I posted it here. Then I realized na parang, so now, parang as an actor, coming from that experience, diba na parang knowing the value of, or how pain can serve as an actor, or how pain can service you. So now, parang every time I do have a problem or a conundrum or anything that's going on in my life, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to make amends. It's an opportunity to get better, to fix something and then make an improvement. Parang ganun. So that's just kind of like how I see things now. So parang ngayon kung may problema, there's a problem. It's an opportunity to fix this thing and then better myself.
Conundrum.
Yeah.